Okay, I promise that thumbnail isn't just clickbait. I have actually been sent $60,000 worth of free stuff from Amazon, and that's because since September of 2016, I've been a member of the Amazon Vine program. So Amazon Vine is a program in which Amazon sends people like me just free stuff, and we write reviews about them, and they put the reviews on the website. So why does Amazon send people like me free stuff? Well, I think a lot of it has to do with fake reviews. Like Amazon, like a lot of other platforms that are open to third-party sellers, have a problem with fake reviews where their products are reviewed better than they actually are. And I think that having a program where people are given free things to independently review is their attempt to mitigate some of that problem. All right, now before I get into the top 10 questions that I'm asked when I discuss this program, I want to start with a few disclaimers. First, I'm only going to talk about my experience with Amazon Vine. I'm sure that other reviewers have had other experiences, but I'm just going to tell you what I found, what I've learned about the program, and some of the things that have happened to me while I've been reviewing. Secondly, no, Amazon has not in any way paid or endorsed this video. I'm only doing it because I think it's an interesting thing to talk about. My channel's not even monetized yet, so I'm not even going to make any money from making this video. I just want to share with you one of the more interesting aspects about online retail these days, and kind of maybe shed some light on the fake review problem that's happening out there, and what some of the larger corporations are doing to mitigate that. Okay, so number one, the first question I usually get asked is, how did I get selected to be a member of the program? To be honest, I have absolutely no idea. One day I was sitting at my office and I got an email that was from Amazon saying, if you give us a bunch of personal information, we'll send you free things. Now, of course, my scam alarms went off, but I investigated it for a little while and it turns out it was legitimate. So I gave them all of the information that they needed, and they gave me a list of free stuff that I could select from. And it's been going steady ever since. Why they picked me specifically, I have absolutely no idea. I had written a few reviews on Amazon before, and people had given them, good reviews, or they had given me a thumbs up that the reviews were helpful. So maybe that had something to do with it. It could also be that my demographic had something to do with it. Maybe it's the city that I live in. Maybe it's my age, my gender, my previous purchases. I really have no idea. I guess it could also be that there weren't enough middle-aged white guys giving their opinions about things on the internet. So maybe that's why I was selected. I really have no idea why. It seemed totally random at the time, and I've never been able to determine why they picked me out of the millions of other people who they could have picked. All right, question number two is usually, why does Amazon do this? Why do they send people free things? To be honest, I really don't know the answer to that. They never explained that to us when we got involved in the program. I think a lot of it has to do with just keeping reviews legitimate on the site. Amazon and a lot of other online retailers have issues with fake reviews, as I said in the intro, and so I think this is just a way of mitigating it, or pointing out to the buyers that yes, this review is actually legitimate, and yes, you can trust this opinion. You know that somebody has reviewed a Vine product when you see this little disclaimer beside their review, or if they have the Vine Voice badge beside their reviewer name. Okay, number three, are the products I get any good? A lot of times, yes. Sometimes no. Most of the reviews I give are usually between 3 to 5 stars, but I have given a ton of 1 and 2 star reviews for products that I think are really bad. I've noticed though that in the last 2 or 3 years, the quality of the products that I get in general has gone down. Like the quality has been so much worse. Overall, I think a lot of products have gotten cheaper over the last couple of years, and I don't know the reason for that. I'm sure there's lots of explanations for it, but for me, just what I've noticed in ordering a lot of random products from Amazon is that the general quality of things has gone downhill in the last couple of years. Okay, number 4, does Amazon censor your reviews? That's a great question. In my experience, and others may have had different experiences, so I'll just tell you my experience. In my experience, Amazon has not censored any of my reviews. I've given tons of things really, really bad reviews. Like I've said that things are straight up garbage. I've said that I've thrown them right into the trash. I've even said in some reviews that I was worried that products would burn my house down if I plugged them in, and they post all of those things. The one thing that they really don't like though that I've noticed is that if I mention by name other online retailers, so if I say Walmart or if I say Etsy or something like that, they'll typically reject the review. They don't tell me why they reject reviews. When they do reject them, they just send them back and say, this doesn't meet our guidelines or whatever. And so I find typically that if I just take out the names of other online retailers, they'll post the review right away. But no, for the most part, I've never had a review rejected that has been sent back and they've asked me to make it better. That's never happened. And like I said, if I say in the review that something is garbage, they will post it and say like, thanks for the review. So I do think that they're trying their best to put the Vine reviewer's opinion online without any kind of interference. Okay, number 5, do I get to keep the products that they send? Yes, I do get to keep them. There is a disclaimer though when they send me something that I do have to hold on to it for at least 6 months, and anything they ask for me to send them back within that 6-month window, I have to send it back. So that's fine. But that has not happened a single time. In the 1,100 or so products that I've gotten, they haven't asked for any of them back yet. But what do I do? So is my house just like full of a bunch of stuff? Not really. After the 6 months is gone, I usually donate. I would say 95% of the things that I get usually get donated to Goodwill because I just don't have a use for them all. If I have, 25 lightning cables, I really don't need to have 25 lightning cables in my house. So oftentimes I'll just donate them. I can't sell them. I'm not allowed to sell them. That's forbidden by the terms and conditions of being in the Vine program. And I've adhered to that. I've never once sold anything that I've gotten from the Amazon Vine program. I typically will just donate them, or as I said before, if they're really bad, I just throw them in the garbage. But are there some products that I've kept and continue to use to this day? Absolutely. Number 6, what's the worst product I've ever received? This is a tough question because I've received so many terrible products. Let me try and think of one. There was a phone charger that I got that had just like a metal weight inside. There were no electronics in it at all. It rattled when I shook it. So when I opened it up, it just had a piece of metal inside. So that went straight into the garbage. I got an international travel adapter that I plugged into a power strip, and I plugged my phone in to test it, to charge it up. I went out of the room for a few minutes and I came back and the whole room smelled like burning plastic. So I thought that this thing might actually burn my house down. I put that in the review and Amazon posted it, and that thing went straight into the garbage. The other really weird one that I got was like a nose hair trimmer, those electric nose hair trimmers. And when I put it in my nose, it actually burned the inside of my nose. Like there was something wrong with it. It got so hot that it burned the inside of my nose. So again, that went straight into the garbage. So there's a lot of really bad products out there. Some of them do what they're supposed to do, but they do it in a poor way. Like I would say that some of them are dollar store quality. I don't really keep those. I usually get rid of those. But yeah, those 3, like the phone charger, the burned plastic phone charger, and the nose hair trimmer, are the 3 that stand out in my mind as easily like some of the worst products that I reviewed. Number 7, what are some of the best products you've gotten? Okay, well, I've been really lucky getting some really cool things. I got this DeLonghi espresso machine, which I really like. This 4K Sony TV 55-inch, which was a really cool score. I got this Sony soundbar. I've got a couple air conditioners, which is great for summertime. I got this really nice watch once, which is gets a lot of compliments when I wear it out, and tons of YouTube gear. In fact, 95% of what I use to make videos, I probably got for free from Amazon. And I wouldn't be making videos without lights and microphones and stuff like that. So it's been really helpful when I've started doing content creation, just to get a bunch of these things for free and be able to test them out. It's been really helpful. Number 8, does Amazon pay me to write these reviews? No, they don't, but I do get to keep the product. So I guess you could think of that as a form of payment. But from what I understand, the companies that put their products up for review pay Amazon to be involved in the program. So I don't think that, I certainly am personally not making any money off of it. I don't know. I'm sure Amazon has found a way to profit off this somehow, but I don't see any return on that. So that makes me feel comfortable to write very unbiased reviews and give my opinion. They never compensate me for writing positive reviews, and they don't penalize me for writing negative reviews. It's all very neutral, and they continue to send me things regardless of the number of 1-star reviews that I write. Number 9, how much stuff have I gotten? Well, I've gotten about 1,100 items so far since September of 2016. I used to keep a spreadsheet of the values of the things that they sent, but I kind of stopped doing that because it became too much work to keep track of it all. The spreadsheet stopped. I stopped doing it about 2 or 3 years ago at about $55,000. So by now, I'm probably up to $60,000 or $65,000 worth of stuff. There's too much stuff. I just can't keep track of it. Okay, the number 10 question that I always get asked is, can I have some free stuff? Well, if I know you personally, probably yes, because I can't keep all this stuff in my house. There's far too many things for me to keep. I used to give away a lot of coffee machines and give away a lot of printers because I only need so many of those things in my house. I give away phone cables and chargers all the time. So if you know me, or if you know a Vine reviewer, the chances are good that they've probably given you some free stuff. But again, I just want to reiterate that I've never sold anything that I've gotten from the Vine program. That's against the terms and conditions, so I don't do it. I've never made a dime off of anything that I've got from Amazon Vine because that's against the terms, and I really don't want to get kicked out. Getting free stuff is fun, and I like writing the reviews about them. So I don't want to get kicked out of the program, so I do my best to play by the rules. So that's it. Those are the 10 questions I get asked the most when I tell people I'm an Amazon Vine reviewer. If you have any questions about Amazon or Vine, throw them down in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them. Or if there's enough questions, maybe I'll make another video. I have done a couple of video reviews about some products that I did get from Amazon Vine. You can check those out here. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.